Today we're looking at bad combos that actually work. We're going to start off one from the comment section coming from Lord Quintix. All right, thank you very much. We've got Sorrow's Path, arguably the worst land in the game. Probably, I don't know, do you know a worse land than this one? It doesn't even produce mana, and it's almost all downside. First ability is tap. Choose 2 target blocking creatures an opponent controls. If each of those creatures could block all creatures that the other is blocking, remove both of them from combat. Then each one then blocks all creatures the other was blocking. You'll do the old switcheroo. How they fall into that trap when the Sorrow's Path is already on the battlefield, I don't know. But here's the deal. Whenever Sorrow's Path becomes tapped, it deals 2 damage to each creature you control. Basically, it's a self-pyroclasm. I don't know if it was worth it or not, but, okay. But here's the deal. You could tap it for its ability, or maybe your opponent can tap it, because if you donate this thing, you donate your Sorrow's Path, and then you play the Icy Manipulator to pay 1 and tap target artifact, creature, or land. Oh, look at that. Sorrow's Path is a land. Your opponents will you will pyroclasm your opponents to death. One of One King says, more Nikachu shows after last night's special. Let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. We keep on going. All right, next up we got Bulky Astral Dragon. Flicker form. And Eon Engine. Ruins multiplayer games. The most popular way of playing Magic these days. 5 mana Eon Engine. Enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to exile Eon Engine. Reverse the game's turn order. Alright, so it was my turn, now it's somebody else's turn. Or is it going to become nobody's turn? Flicker form. Enchant creature. Okay, we have white 2 generic. Exile enchanted creature and all auras attached to it. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If you do, return the other cards exiled this way to the battlefield under their owner's control, attached to that creature. What does that have to do with anything? All right, we got Astral Dragon. For 8 mana, we have a 4/4 flyer with Project Image. When Astral Dragon enters the battlefield, create 2 tokens that are copies of target non-creature permanent, except they're 3/3 dragons in addition to their other types, and they have flying. So hold on. Okay, so we're gonna make copies of the Eon Engine. We have several copies, and we can keep reversing the turn order. It's my turn, then it's this person to my. It's gonna be the person to my right's turn, but then it's gonna be. I could let them have it, but then I reverse the turn order to give myself a turn again. So hold on, how does this flicker form work? This is insane. Exile enchanted creature and all auras attached to it. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. You just continuously get more of these Aeon Engines. But how do they... Wouldn't they all have, like... summoning sickness? I'm sure you still screw with the game by quite a bit, but I don't see how you can, like, permanently ruin the game on the spot. Because you'll just get a bunch of dragons that have summoning sickness. Also, I guess they come into play tapped as well. But you can always effectively change the turn of the tide at a moment's notice. They got untapped during a... Oh, yeah! So they get untapped. You got that right. And you have 2 of them. So you just need them untapped once. Amazing! It's broken. This is absolutely broken. This is the most insane combo I've seen on this show ever. Michael Gonzalez, Light Mine Field, and Death Pits of Wrath. Oops, wrong Wrath. To the Death Pits we go. Alright, we got a black 3 generic enchantment. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it. It can't be regenerated. Death it is. Light Minefield, white 2 generic enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures attack whenever one or more creatures just attack, Light Minefield deals damage to each of those creatures equal to the number of attacking creatures. It's actually not too bad. It's like a pretty good prison setup. And you got it on curve. You got Light Minefield, then you got Death from the Pits. Sorry, Death Pits of Wrath. face that wrath. Oh my god, it's the weather. Is this the weather light? It's the weather light in here. How'd they end up down here? They took 1 damage from the light minefield. Deals damage equal to the number of attacking creatures. Oh, actually, it's a lot. So, well, if you attack with 1 creature, it just takes that much damage. Sweet combo. Sweet, terrible combo. What do we got next? Jacob. Sorry, Jacob, what do you got? Slime Horror plus Toxrill. Such thing does not exist! Slime Horror? This is it. Like, I'm looking up Slime Horror. Sorry. This card doesn't exist. Hence, this combo doesn't exist. Okay, we got Roscoe. Azami and Mind Over Matter. That's a good combo. We want bad combos. Roscoe, that's the name of the show. Good combos not allowed. Disqualified. All right, we got move down next to Slavin. Enduring Renewal. We have kobolds. Oh, zero mana creatures. Looks like Ornithopter. Okay, so basically 0 power creatures. Weaklings. Goblin Bombardment. So, okay, we got our Goblin Bombardment. Sack a creature, deals 1 damage to any target. What are we going to sack? Probably the 0 mana puny Weaklings. So what the hell does this Enduring Renewal do? Okay, 0... Oh, we need several. I get it. Okay, white, 2 generic. Play with your hand revealed. If you would draw a card, reveal the top card of your library instead. If it's a creature card, put it into your graveyard. Otherwise, draw a card. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from play, return it to your hand. How is that useful to you? Isn't there like one more piece to this? So you sack your Ornithopter to get your... whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from play, return it to your hand. So you get it from your hand. Oh yeah, but you can perpetually just draw anything. I forgot about that. Yeah, you can just... So you just return it to your hand, play it for 0, and just go infinite. Kobold, Ornithopter. Kobold, Ornithopter. Goblin Bombardment you to death. Oh, that's probably not the right sound effect. I guess you ping them. You ping them like 1 shot at a time, don't you? Here. We got another... Oh, Platonic Liquid. With the super chat. Or commander only combos allowed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, most of these are like commander only combos. They're not very good combos in competitive Magic, that's for sure. Zanzi. Angel's Trumpet. Caltrops. Dingus Staff. Awful combo from my old artifact deck. Well, what is old is now new. It's going to be new to somebody. Alright, the Dingus Staff. 4 mana. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, Dingus Staff deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. So if it wasn't bad enough that they lost their creature, it gets even worse. They take the damage. Caltrops. Whenever a creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to it. And Angel's Trumpet. 3 mana. Attacking does not cause creatures to tap. At the beginning of each player's turn, tap all untapped creatures he or she controls that did not attack this turn. Angel's Trumpet deals 1 damage to that player for each creature tapped this way. How does this work? At the end of each player's turn, tap all untapped creatures. Okay, so they take damage. Whenever a creature attacks, deals 1 damage to it. So it's like take damage or take damage. That did not attack this turn. So so you're forcing them to attack. So they attack, they take 1 damage. Whenever a creature is put into any graveyard from play. But you're not really guaranteeing killing anything. And kills things that attack from Caltrops, does it? Does it really die to Caltrops? Whenever a creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to it. It pinged it for a single damage. It forces your stuff to attack or take damage. Yeah, well, it'll take 1 damage, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I will give you this. Like, something's taking damage. It's either you're forcing them to attack, and things could get even worse with the Dingus Staff, or they don't attack and they get sniped off by the Angel's Trumpet. Weird. Oh, we need more Caltrops. All right, we need more Caltrops on the battlefield. This combo requires 1 Dingus Staff, or maybe multiple Dingus Staff, 4 Caltrops, and an Angel's Trumpet. All right, now that is a bad combo. That sort of works. All right, what do we got here? Liquid Soulfly, something simple. Mana Barbs. And Urza's Armor. What, strong enough for the Mana Barbs? All right, 6 mana artifact. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage. All right, well, that's some good news. Oh, you protect yourself with Mana Barbs. All right, so a red 3 generic. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, including you, Mana Barbs deals 1 damage to that player. So, like, we're trying to speed up the game, but you have protection from Mana Barbs. That's absolutely sick. Also has protection from... Oh, it doesn't protect you from Caltrops. Sorry. Well, I almost found the answer to Caltrops, but it only prevents damage to you. This is great. This is a great, and this is an easy combo to throw in for any red deck out there. Amazing stuff. All right, next up we got King Ginger. Ashaya, Quiron Ranger. Is it? Maybe it's Quirion Ranger. And Concordant Crossroads. These are all cards I know about, but not in this combination. Okay, Concordant Crossroads. We got the green, 1 green World Enchantment. All creatures have haste. All of them? Oh, even the opponent's creatures have haste. All right, the Quiron Ranger. For a green, it's a 1/1 Elf Ranger. Return a force you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. So how many of these do we need on the battlefield? And then we have Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. 5 mana for a star. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and non-token creatures you control are forests, in addition to their other types. Okay, hold on. So we get to repeatedly bounce the Quiron Ranger, because we can return this creature back to our hand. I don't know how to combo from here, though. Infinite ETB. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was like, how do I win here? I can infinitely play this Quiron Ranger, but that's about it. Yeah, and technically infinite landfall. The Ranger is a forest. What the hell is LTB? Lettuce, tomato, and bacon? Infinite ETB, infinite sandwich, and also infinite and infinite landfall. ETB? What is LTB? LTB. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, people. Those are the consonants I see when I'm at Subway. I've never seen LTB. Describing something. Oh, leave the battlefield. We're leaving the battlefield. I hate it when I figure it out just as you people are letting me know. All right, thank you very much. All right, next bad combo. We need more bad combos here. We got Right Nor with Living Plane and Simoon. Okay, what is this? A red-green instant. Deals 1 damage to each creature an opponent controls. And we have Living Plane for 4 mana. Oh, God! All lands are 1/1 creatures that are still lands. That's part of the reserve list. This card's insane. And this is very cruel. This is Armageddon the hard way. Oh, you thought I was in the red-green colors, did you? I was white all along. Got him. All right, moving on. Next super chat. Crowcore Games. Domri, Chaos Bringer. And Xenagos? The Raveler? Okay, how does this work? We had... When there's planeswalkers with a lot of abilities, I'd appreciate... Oh, no, you did actually tell me. Thank you so much, Crowcore Games. I'm about to yell at you. All right, so we got the +1. I was like, which abilities? No, you've been around the block here before, Crowcore Games. You know what's up. All right, so +1 at X mana in any combination of red or green, where X is the number of creatures you control. And then we're using Domri's -8. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of each end step, create a 4/4 red and green beast creature token with trample. How the hell does that combo? At the beginning of each end step, at X-Men any combination, that is a very weak combo, honestly. I need a... What's a sad song? We're literally just adding mana equal to this, the emblem? I guess that's it. It does work. It is very, very, very mediocre. Yeah, you get a token, you add 1, then 2. Yeah, I got it, Crowcore Games. You know what? I put it together. It is infinite given enough turns. Yeah, given infinite turns, it's infinite mana. Among other infinite things you get with infinite turns. Okay, what do we got here in the freebie section? Whale of Darkness. The Sands of Time. And Iqua Pose? Phasing using the untap step. These are cards I've never heard of. White, 2 generic enchantment. During your upkeep for each land target player controls in excess of the number of lands you control. Okay, so if they have more lands than me. Target land he or she controls phases out. So all your extra lands, they're gone. Repeat this process for artifacts, then for creatures. Oh god, it's like... and as they have in the background, it's like a balance. It's like a fair balance. Half the time, you don't have half your stuff. Okay, Sands of Time. Pay 4 for an artifact. Each player skips his or her untap phase. Oh, no! At the beginning... Forever? At the beginning of each player's turn, untap each tapped artifact, creature, or land he or she controls, and tap each untapped artifact, creature, and or land. This is insane! What an insane prison combo. But only for the extra stuff, right? So anyone who has extra stuff than you, they just lose it for eternity. Because if we don't reach our untap step, I think it's during the untap phase that we phase in and out stuff, if I understand the rules correctly. Otherwise, you never would have proposed this combo. Neat stuff. All right, moving on to the super chats. We got Platonic Liquid. Sahili the Gifted. Gifted she is. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is Planeswalker Typal. Okay, Rings of Bright Hearth. Then we got the Chain Veil. Okay, so it's actually just 3 cards, but you have a good explanation. So let's read the Chain Veil first. 4 mana. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't activate a loyalty ability of a Planeswalker this turn, you lose 2 life. Well, that's not too hard. Pay 4, tap. For each Planeswalker you control, you may activate one of its loyalty abilities once this turn, as though none of its loyalty abilities have been activated this turn. So the point is, 3 artifact mana, use second +1, then Veil for -7. Oh my god. Okay, I'm a little bit lost. Okay, hold on. Use Rings for another -7. Hold on. 3 artifact mana. It's 4 artifact mana, right? Okay. Use second +1. Oh, the second +1. Okay, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control as you cast it. So what, I guess it costs like less? Then Veil for -7, and then Rings for another -7. All right, so we're gonna go -7. For each artifact you control, create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens gain haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. Oh my god, like... what is going on here? So, okay, we're gonna make several more. Recaster for 2 and go infinite using the new 9 mana and the 2 Rings on Veil. I'm gonna assume this works. This is one of those cards. You know, when we start copying these cards, it starts going bonkers. Rings of Rebirth, Rings of Bright Hearth, by the way, says 3 mana for an artifact. Whenever you activate an ability, if it isn't a mana ability, you may pay 2. If you do copy that ability, you may choose new targets for the copy. This is a wild combo. We copy to the ends of death. Chain Veil is a very complicated card, by the way. You don't say. You don't say, Dan. But what's pretty cool is you don't have to have it's not too convoluted of like a mana base to make it work. You get to use artifact, and also just one planeswalker. So stand is it and just don't go crazy. It's infinite artifacts and mana. Beautiful. Bulky loves it. It's the kind of combo that if I face, I just trust my opponent. Yeah. I trust you know the rules. All right. Or in a competitive event, I might be like, Judge, can you just watch my opponent and make sure that this is all legal? I sort of want to tune out right now. I'm just going to trust the process. The F6 on Magic the Gathering Online. All right, next bad combo. Abzo trying to get in there with an Iridescent Drake. We got Kaya. Ghost form. An Altar of Dementia. Oops. I always think you spell dementia D-I-M. Alright, Altar of Dementia. 2-mana artifact. Sack a creature. Target player puts a number of cards equal to the sacked creature's power from the graveyard into the library. Kaya's Ghost form. Enchanted creature or planeswalker you control. A planeswalker, when enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. And then we've got the Iridescent Drake, a 4-mana 2/2 flyer. Enters the battlefield, put target or a card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control attached to Iridescent Drake. So what we're going to do is we're going to sack this Iridescent Drake with the Kaya's Ghost form to the Altar of Dementia. Kaya's Ghost form says, no, Drake, you're coming back. The Drake says, all right, I'm back. And you know what? I'm going to target the Kaya's Ghost form that's in our graveyard, and we can repeat the process for forever, milling our opponents to death. Hopefully, not a lot of creeping chills in their deck. It's the only way you could win with mill. No one's going to win with mill fairly in Commander. That's never going to happen. Or does anyone make that happen? Mill you for 13 cards. Now 15. It's like a slow way to win. Yeah, the more like the indestructible more indestructible Drake. Alright, next super chat, we've got Minecraft. Trazen the Infinite. Minecraft PE Creeper. Sorry, it's Trazen. Trazen. Oh god. Is this really the card? Okay, the Infinite. Hopefully I can find this. Oh, it's Trazen. Okay, I figured it out. I saved you. Saved you, Minecraft. Okay, Walking Ballista. I know that one. And Pillipala. Okay, that's also a Walking Ballista staple. Combo staple. So what is this last one? Pilla... Yeah, just go P-I-L-L. Pill. Help me. Or is it Pillipala? Oh god, how do we spell Pillipala? Pilla... Pilly? Pilly? There we go. Okay, I figured it out. Thank you very much. Okay, we got a 2-mana 1/1 flying. Pay 2, untap it. You get to add mana of any color. And then we go... Oh god. Then we go to Walking Ballista. Enters the battlefield with X counters. You can remove a counter to deal 1 damage. You also can pay 4 mana to put a counter on Walking Ballista. Alright, how do we go infinite with the Pillipala, though? So, Trazen the Infinite. Black 4 generic for a 4/6 Necron. Death Touch. Prismatic Gallery. As long as Trazen the Infinite is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all artifact cards in your graveyard. So hold on, do I need... How does this work? So I'm guessing Walking Ballista is dead. The Pillipala is also dead. But you have to pay mana to get this thing. I don't know where you go infinite. Oh, Paladin... Oh, there we go. Okay. Paladimir. Sometimes I'm like, am I so stupid I can't figure out how these combos work? In addition, we're not getting the right names for any of these mirrors. Paladin Mirror. This is like tap, add 2 mana, I think. Damn it. LMNOP. QRSTUV. Alright, so this is in the graveyard. We add 2 mana. Pay 2 to untap to add a mana with the Pilla-Palla. Make infinite mana with our... What the hell is this thing called? The Trazyn. The Trazyn, and then give our Trazyn infinite counters to shoot everyone down. What a weird card. It's actually not that bad of a combo, because like you can easily just search your library. There's a lot of cards where you search your library and just dump cards in the graveyard. This is very realistic. And then the Trazyn, all you have to do, like that could be your commander. This is an easy infinite combo if you just did, like, you know, I don't know, entomb enough cards directly into the bin. I like it. Cool combo. Super Saiyan Necron Blaster. Exactly. Armon, World Gorger Dragon Anime dead. That is a good combo. Good combos are disqualified on this show. We need bad combos like from Mr. Pineapple. Tibor. And Lumia? Never heard of it. And Charisma. Charisma followed by any red spell. Charisma. Okay, we got a blue enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to a creature you control, that creature, as long as Charisma remains in play. When you come over to our side. Okay, Tibor and Lumia. Red, blue, 2 generic for a 3/3. Whenever you play a blue spell, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Whenever you play a red spell, it deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Don't you have to just put like... Hold on, how does this work? Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to a creature, shouldn't you just put this on a pinger? Isn't that just better? And then you don't even need the red spell. I mean, yeah, you could red spell it up. I mean, this could be your commander. I guess that's the idea. But like, Charisma on just pinging creature. Just ping and like steal all your stuff. And it's still equally bad. It's the charm of God. Alright, next super chat. We got Coulter Chase. Thought we weren't getting one this morning. It's Thursday. I said we aren't getting one Friday. Remember, no stream on this Friday. Nekasaur. The Mind Razor. What part of Coulter? I have some bad news for you. Today is not Friday. It's bad news for you. You thought it was the end of the week. And then Teferi's Puzzle Box. How does this work? Errata, they draw first. Okay. Let's read the cards. Nakasaur. I don't even know what this guy does. It's a 5-mana 2/4. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, deals 1 damage to that player. Oh, are they going to take like a huge pile of damage from the Teferi? Teferi Puzzle Box? At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player puts the cards in his or her hand on the bottom of his or her library in any order, then draws that many cards. Oh, that's going to be lethal. This is, I mean, it's not... I guess if you have a lot of cards in your hand, this is where you need a wheel effect, right? Does wheels work really well with this guy? No wonder Time Twister is so expensive. It's because of Nekusaur. Ban Nekusaur and everyone doesn't need Time Twister. It'll just go straight back down to like $20. Yeah, it's just an Underworld Dreams combo. Whoa, 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 whoa! That is the wrong song. I mixed up the order of my songs here. Okay, the order is right. We haven't switched. The show is not over yet. So we've got to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You want your bad combos? They got the combo singles. Make those bad combos online. Impress your friends with really stupid interactions they would never see coming because it isn't even worth playing around until it's too late. And don't forget to use your coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. And they ship worldwide, all right? There's no excuse for not supporting the channel at FusionGamingOnline.com. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Get good combos, if you wish, or bad combos, I suppose. When you're renting, using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months. When you rent digital cards with Nikachu_B3R on Magic the Gathering Online when renting with Mana Traders. I hope that made some sense. Sort of lost myself in that sponsored segment. Platonic Liquid wants to clarify something. No clarification needed. The idea is to keep recasting Saheeli from the command zone. Oh! And get her to -7 instantly with Veil. The math just works out. You need 6 mana, 3 of it for artifacts, and her +1 to start. Also give this to a freebie. Alright, we're gonna donate this one to poor little... Yeesus! Heliod! The Radiant Dawn. How many Heliods are there? I don't even know this Heliod exists. And then Love Song of Day and Night. What a cute combo. So, okay, what does Heliod do? It's a 4-mana 4/4 enchantment god. Whenever Heliod the Radiant Dawn enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. You can pay 4 to transform them. What does he even transform to? You may cast spells as though they had flash. Whoa, my god, Heliod, look at your glow up. You've turned into a giant centipede. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. And then Love Song of Night and Day. 3 mana, you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Also has read ahead. Create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying and put a counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. I have no idea how this card works. What, you're supposed to abuse, like, the Chapter 1? You and target opponent each draw 2 cards. And then you can cast your spells for a little cheaper? Is that it? Oh, I mean, it's fine. I mean, that is a bad... It's more like bad synergy that is okay. That works. Love Song is a funny card. Is it? I don't get it. I don't even know what I'm staring at here. This doesn't even look like Heliod anymore. What's the front size? Does this help? There's a battlefield return target enchantment card that isn't a god. Oh, so you can repeat Love Song of Night and Day, is what you're telling me. Is some way you can repeat this process? I guess that's the idea. Put a counter, create birds. You can read ahead, choose a chapter, and start with that many. I guess we can go straight to chapter 3. But I don't know how to go infinite with this thing. I'm going to trust that it does something. All right, more super chats. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be I got a road trip, people, after this. But we're going to get through all the super chats. Okay, next one we've got is Cephalos. Ice Cave. Wilderness Reclamation. Chromatic Lantern. Okay, the Lantern is an artifact that says lands you control have tap at 1 mana of any color, and it also taps 1 mana of any color. I don't know why you need that. So, like, old lands already tap for mana. Wilderness Reclamation. At the beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control, so double your mana per turn. Ice Cave. Blue 3 generic for an enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, any other player may pay that spell's mana cost. If the player does, counter the spell. Oh! This is like a soft way to counter anything. So you basically cast whatever you want on your turn, then at end of turn, you're going to get all your mana up and all colors of mana to basically counter your opponent's stuff. I don't even know what the synergy is here. Like, what's the flavor? Yeah, what's the flavor? Whenever a player plays... Even the oppressive cold of the cave could not temper Eladrimri's ire. I gotta tell my buddies, I'm sorry, I got too many super chats here. I can't leave yet. I'm held hostage by the super chats. Okay, Jacob has Pariah Enchanting. Oh, Stuffy Doll. Hold on, what? Sarah's Emissary choosing sorcery and wheel. Okay, first off, Pariah Enchanting Stuffy Doll. Too good of a combo for this show. I don't know about Sarah's Emissary. Let's take a look at Sarah's Emissary. Choosing sorcery and Wheel of Misfortune. I thought you can't play sorcery cards. There's a battlefield. Choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. Oh, you have protection. Ah, you have protection, but you can't do anything. All right, Wheel of Misfortune. Each player secretly chooses a number, 0 or greater. I choose a Google. Then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest numbers revealed this way. Wheel of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand and then draws the 7 cards. Hold on. Each player who didn't choose. Does everyone just take the damage? Wheels of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. No, but they didn't choose that number. So I guess you just Wheel of Misfortune. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand. Oh, I get it. Okay, so you just choose a really big number, and you have protection. And no one else can... No, I guess everyone's just fighting at the bottom there. Yeah, I just took a Google of damage. It's a real number. It's not just the name of a search engine. High number takes that much damage. Low number gets nothing. Players in the middle wheel. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Or what's the best thing to do? You have to pick, well, if you pick a big number, you definitely get, you know, whatever. If you pick a high number, you're definitely going to draw the 7 cards. All right, next super chat. King Ginger. Eloise. Whatever that is. March of the Machines. The card, the set, the video game, and Disciple of the Vault. Is that how you spell it? I'm just gonna look up of the Vault. Disciple of the Vault. I know what you're talking about. Get rid of this. Okay, we got a black 1/1 cleric. Whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you can have an opponent lose 1 life. We're going to combo with March of the Machines, a blue 3 generic enchantment. Each non-creature artifact is an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost. What? Each non-creature... Oh, so the artifacts become creatures. It's alive! It's alive. Then we have Elos, Nephilia Sleuth. 5 mana 4/4 human rogue. Whenever another creature you control dies, investigate. Oh, so you get clue tokens. Whenever you sacrifice a token, surveil 1. So basically, you continuously sack your creatures. Hold on, how are we sacking the creatures? Through the clues? Whenever you sacrifice a creature. So I can sack the tokens for 2 mana, but I can't go infinite. I need mana in order to go through this. Or I need some sack outlet, right? Either way, this is pretty cool. So we continuously make clue tokens, which are continuously creatures, which continuously go to the bin and combo with our Disciple of the Vault. Sick combo. Love it. Clue has no stats. Oh, so it just dies instantly. Okay, good. Then you can just win the game. All right, so it's a 0. Oh, for some reason I thought it had a converted mana cost of 2, but you guys are right. There is no CMC. There's nothing. Power and toughness are 0. Instant death. And everyone's gone. All right, next super chat. All right, go on. I'll get to a non-super chatter. So we'll just do super chats for the rest of the last quarter. Dovescape and Guy's Revenge. There's no end to how many bad combos there are in this game. The Revenge of Guy's Revenge. Alright, we have 7 mana 8/5. Can't be countered. Haste. Can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities from non-green sources. And we got the Dovescape. Whatever the hell that is. Alright, 6 mana enchantment. Whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, counter that spell. That player puts X 1/1 white and blue bird creature tokens with flying into play, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. So I don't think you're gonna... you can play this card and then make all your stuff uncounterable. Like, just play with uncounterable stuff to get through it. But I don't know if this is gonna work. Well, are you hoping you're gonna get the birds? Or do you just get the birds no matter what? I just get the idea, like, if it's countered... Or maybe I had to specify that. If it's countered this way, get your birds. That player puts... Yeah, I think you just get a bunch of blue birds for nothing. Spells to burbs.
I'm not sure I understand.
You don't need to understand, Siri. You don't need to understand. Nothing to understand here. That's not a combo because it wouldn't be countered anyway. No, but I think you get the... I think you still get the birds. It does work. You get the birds and the creatures. You get everything. The whole kit and caboodle. And your opponents will just get birds. Neat stuff. Okay, next combo. We didn't do Ed's combo. What do you got for me, Ed? Festival and Siren's Call. The Festival. The most dangerous combo of 1994. I believe you. So Siren's Call is a blue instant. All of target opponent's creatures that can attack must do so. Or else. At the end of turn, destroy any non-wall creatures that did not attack. Well, how is the wall supposed to... Oh, no. Destroy any non-wall creatures that did not attack. Play only during opponent's turn. Before opponent's attack, Siren's Call does not affect creatures brought under opponent's control this turn. Alright, so can't... Just because they don't have haste, it's okay. White instant festival. Opponent may not declare an attack this turn. Okay. So basically, okay, you can't attack. Oh, by the way, you needed to attack or your creatures are screwed, so now they're all blown up. That's crazy. That's actually a really... This is really easy. It's like a really weird Wrath of God, all at instant speed. This is like the 1994 Quicken Supreme Verdict combo, effectively. It's the 1994 version. Alright, good freak. Willbreaker and Willbreaker. Cauldron of Souls. Liquid Soulfly is like, that is a shockingly good combo. Yeah, the last one. Not let your opponents attack and then lose everything that didn't. Cauldron of Souls, 5-mana artifact. Tap, choose any number of target creatures. Each of those creatures gain persist until end of turn. Then we got the Willbreaker. 5 mana for a 2/3 human wizard. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, gain control of that creature for as long as you control your Willbreaker. So you target... Hold on, does that have to be target of spell or ability? Alright, so you have your Willbreak... What's it called? Willbreaker. You get your Cauldron of Souls, you just target all your opponent's stuff, and it's all mine. You gotta make sure your Willbreaker has hexproof, or, you know... It's gonna have a target on its head. Huge target. This big! As big as the Cauldron. Next super chat. Somebody said, Islarf! Here we got Teysa. Orzhov Scion. Oops. I didn't spell anything right. Come on, Scryfall. You don't know who Teysa is? And then Darkest Hour. Infinite Exile. Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour, black. All creatures are black. The sun never came out again. Alright, 3 mana for a Teysa. 2/3. Sack 3 white creatures. Remove target creature from the game. Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, which they all will be, because they're all black, whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. So basically, you sack 3 white creatures. They all come back as black creatures, and you can infinitely... What is the deal? Infinite Exile? Oh yeah, you can infinitely remove target creature from the game. Infinitely exile your opponent's stuff. Alright, well now it's time for super chats galore. What's with these good combos? We're here for the garbage. It's slightly above average combo. JMD! Glimpse of Nature. Plus X cost creatures. Alright, how about Endless One. Cast for 0, then Bridge from Below. How is this gonna work? Okay, so we have Bridge from Below. Makes tokens when you sack stuff. Like, if a creature you control dies, you get a 2/2 zombie token. So if Endless One, I'm assuming we're going to pay 0 for this and just going to die instantly. Why was I born to feel pain? And then Glimpse of Nature. When you play a creature spell this turn, draw a card. Is that it? X cost creatures cast for 0. Bridge from below. I don't get it. So I draw a card, I get my zombie. I do draw a card. So basically what you want your entire deck to be full of mostly 0 drops. And I guess if you can if you get two Glimpse of Nature's online, then you can basically draw through your entire deck as they all die. That's neat. It's like a weird, that is sort of a combo. It is sort of a combo. What do you guys think about this one? All right, well, moving on. All right, I've got a lot, oh God, a lot of super chats. Crow Card Games! Phased Dolphin. Altar of Dementia is like part of everyone's combo. Grothama. Stormworld. Oh God, it's the 4-card combos. It's my most feared combos of all the combo cards. Stormworld. And then attack with Dolphin and Gromtha after damage. Sack Gromtha while Stormworld is in play already. Okay, Stormworld is in play. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals X damage to that player where X is 4 minus the number of cards in his or her hand. Okay, well, and then we need to attack with Dolphin and Gromtha. Okay, this thing is a 10/8. Other creatures have, whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothama, all devouring. When Grothama leaves the battlefield, each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to Grothama this turn by sources they controlled. So you're going to draw a bunch of cards. We're also going to have Phased Dolphin attack at the same time. Whenever Phased Dolphin attacks, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. So hold on, we're gonna like make Grothama like unblockable? Whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight. Whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothama, all devouring. Do we force them to fight it? Whenever this creature attacks, they may not do it at all. They may choose not to do anything. Or I guess they take 10 damage, right? Otherwise, I feel like we need to make a bad combo tier list. Oh God, it would be so complicated. The Grothama Stormworld combo. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, deals 10 X damage to that player where X is 4 minus the cards in his or her hand. I'm assuming we want to get them to draw all the cards, but I don't know how to do it. What the hell does the Altar of Dementia have to do with anything? They draw 10 and then take 10 minus 4 damage. Is that how it works? Okay, so they take 10. I don't know how they draw the 10, though. Because they don't have to deal damage. Whenever Grothama leaves the battlefield, each player draws... Oh, I see. So we're sacking the Grothama to the Altar of Dementia. And each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to... Ah, I get it. Okay, so we attack for 10. We make them draw a bunch of cards. That is a lot of work for, like... What is it? 14, 16 damage or something? Good God. Yeah, we gotta sack the Grothma. What does your playgroup feel like when you play the Grothma? Oh, it's legendary. I guess that could be your commander. Oh no, it's the Grothama deck. Oh no! We're gonna take tons of damage. We're playing with 4 cards. It isn't even infinite damage. Oh well, that isn't why. It's a bad combo that actually works. Yeah, it jank. It definitely jank. Alright, moving on. Spectral Maniac. Blightsteel Colossus. Alchemist's Gift. Or sorry, Alchemist's Gift. Ram Through. We've got a goat, I think. Okay, we have a red, sorry, green, 1 generic instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. If the creature you control has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. I think I know where this is going. And so Blightsteel Colossus is going to deal excess damage to you in the form of Infect. And then Alchemist's Gift is target creature gets +1/+1 and gains your choice of Death Touch or Lifelink until end of turn. Is that even necessary? I think the Ram Through and Colossus, Blightsteel Colossus and Ram Through is like more than enough to be insane. I mean, Police Siren was good enough right over there. But I guess if you have, it already has Trample. So you want to gain some life out of that as well? Oh well, okay. Zanzi sells, where's all the one with nothing combos? You gotta make one. Every so often, someone makes a, like, wild, crazy combo. Okay, what do we got next? Next, we got Dizzy Blizzy with Zyrus plus Impact Tremors. Plus Forced Fruition. Is that the one everyone must draw cards? 6 mana. Enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, draw 7 cards. That's a wild card. It looks good on paper. You just have to sack it. I guess what you have to do is play it, and then at the right moment, you just play a bunch of cards and then sack this damn thing and keep all the cards. Impact Tremors. 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremor deals 1 damage to each opponent. And we're going to play Zyrus, the Writhing Storm. 5 mana, 3/5 flyer. Whenever an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, create a 1/1 green snake creature token. Whenever Zyrus, the Writhing Storm, deals combat damage to a player, you and that player draw that many cards. They're going to be forced to draw the cards, so you smack them for whatever damage. And you can get a bunch of 1/1s in play. Sorry, they're going to draw a bunch of cards. You're going to draw a bunch of cards, but they draw like a lot of extra cards. They might even deck themselves at that moment. Then Impact Tremors will certainly finish off the other people that did not draw cards that turn. Jacob Thune with a super chat. Patchwork Crawler. Remember, we don't get to your super chats. Or sorry, not to your super. We're going to get to all the super chats. I promise. If I don't get to everybody's combos, there's always a comment section. And maybe you'll be chosen for the first combo next month. Well, this is not the whole combo. Okay, this is just one card. Cradle it like a baby. Cradle Clear Cutter. And then Depth Charge. Charge! 9 mana, 9/9. Oh, how does this work, please? No explanation at all. Okay, 9 mana, 9/9. It's got Prototype. It doesn't untap during your untap step. Pay 3, untap Depth Charge Colossus. It's like a monolith. Oh, we got Cradle Clear Cutter. Tap at an amount of green equal to Cradle Clear Cutter's power, which is going to be 3. Which is not bad. And then Patchwork Crawler. 2 mana, 1/2. Pay 3. Exile target creature card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on Patchwork Crawler. Patchwork Crawler has all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. So you get to, so you want to exile these 2 guys. Pay 3, tap, then tap for an amount of mana. And it could be big. So I guess you have infinite mana here. So if you make the Patchwork Crawler big enough, you put a +1/+1 counter. If you make it big enough, for power, you're going to add 4 mana, untap it for 3, tap it for 4, untap it for 3. You just go infinite with mana. It's a very awkward, convoluted infinite mana combo, but it works. It does work. TW. Buried Alive. Yeah, infinite green mana. Infinite Guy's Cradle. Alright, we got Buried Alive. Draco. Well, you really have to hit me with the 4 mana combos near the end of the show. Hold on, I gotta put another soundtrack. Okay, ready. The Draco. Infernal Genesis. And Haunted Crossroads. I'm just glad I can keep up with all these weird combos. This is all just weird, bizarre stuff. Sometimes I don't get it. Okay, 3-mana enchantment, pay a black. Put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. Infernal Genesis, 6-mana enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. You just brought it back from the graveyard. He or she then puts X 1/1 black minion creature tokens into play, where X is the card's converted mana cost. Oh! We're putting Draco in the graveyard. 16 1/1s. What the hell's the point of this? Buried alive. Search your library. Oh, so we're going to search our library for our Draco and then stack. How does the rest of Buried Alive work? Search your library for up to 3 creature cards, put them into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. We only need one. The Draco. And Haunted Crossroads it over and over and over again. And then get our creatures with Infernal Genesis. What a crazy combo. Next up we got Sky Neo. The infinite all-color mana combo. 2 Isochron. Oh god. We don't, as if we needed more than one Isochron Scepter in our combos. We got Twiddle. Dramatic Reversal. Mana Reflection. How the hell is this supposed to work? Couldn't you do it with less cards? And Lotus Veil. Alright, comes into play, sack 2 untapped lands or bury the Lotus Veil. Add 3 mana of any one color. Mana Reflection. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces twice that much mana. We got 6 mana. Dramatic Reversal. Untap all non-land permanents you control, and we can play Twiddle to tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. I guess the idea is we play Isochron Scepter 1 on Twiddle, the other Isochron Scepter on the Dramatic Reversal, and with 6 mana, we can keep Dramatic, because Dramatic Reversal untaps all non-land perms, so we untap everything, we retap our Lotus Veil for mana, untap it with Twiddle, and then Dramatic Reversal, untap our Isochron Scepter, re-Twiddle the stupid land, and then keep going. We just go infinite here. What a weird combo that works. King Ginger! Freebie from chat. What a donation from King Ginger. Unbelievable. Alright, so who wants a freebie? We're going into the free section here. Who did not get to at all today? Steven! Mirror Entity, Body Double, and Revelark. Body Double. Thank God I know this is Revelark. I don't know how to spell Revelark, but I don't think that's how it's being spelled either. Okay, I need to be even more specific. Revelark. Okay, that's still not good enough. Were you right? Revelark? No, you're not. Revelark? How the hell does spell Revelark? Oh, it's double L. We were both wrong, Steven. We were both wrong. Spelling and Magic, it be hard. Alright, this is the 4/3. Enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You can evoke it in play. Body Double. You may have Body Double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. I guess the Revelark. And then Mirror Entity. Until end of turn, creatures you control have base power and toughness XX and gain all creature types. I have no idea. How the hell is this supposed to work? When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I guess you can bring these 2 into play? Does this even work? Because clones can't clone anything. Pay 0, Mirror Entity, infinite ETBs. Is that how it works? So they die? Oh, they die. Oh, God. And so what, we just keep bringing them back? How about the Revelark? Well, I need all of these in place at one time. What a weird combo. Pay 0 mana. So you people are very familiar with this terrible bad combo. Leave the battlefield, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I guess you just need Revelark and then Mirror Entity? Sorry, no, Body Double. Copy of any creature card in a graveyard. So you copy the mirror entity, so everything becomes 0, and then everything perpetually dies and comes back with Revelark. So it's like infinite ETBs or something. Oh, we copy the Lark? Copy the Lark with body double. Okay, you guys know how this works. My brain is turning into like some mushed spaghetti at this point. If body double comes into the battlefield as a card in a graveyard. So we're gonna copy Revelark, kill everything off with mirror entity. Oh, and then this thing will trigger, and then you get it back. The copy of Revelark gets to copy itself, sort of. Body double just comes back as another Revelark. You can just do it over and over again. Oh, yeah, the stream has to continue. My friends gotta wait for me outside. Gotta tell, I got too many super chats. I can't go. What the hell? Okay, we got Coulter. Oh my god, there's so many super chats. Are they like waiting for me outside? Okay, well, they seem to be busy. All right, Aboria. And any instant speed token creator. Okay, that's fine. Then Midnight God. Isn't Midnight Guard and Presence of Gond like a combo by itself? Did you really need to add more cards? Aboria. Aboria don't exist. Is it Arboria? Okay, I'm assuming it's Arboria. And you want Midnight Guard and Presence of Gond. This is a combo by itself, though. Okay, this is the enchant creature, tap, create a 1/1 green elf warrior token. And also Midnight Guard says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard. So you just basically make infinite creatures here. Then Arborea says creatures can't attack a player who didn't cast a spell and didn't put a card onto the battlefield during his or her last turn. I don't understand this last part. It seems completely unnecessary. This is a good combo, turns really bad really fast. And you want an instant speed token generator on top of that, just to get the Midnight Guard combo going. Creatures can't attack a player who didn't cast a spell and didn't put a card onto the battlefield during his or her last turn. Or I guess, okay, so you're basically locking down the game, and then you use the instant speed token generator to be able to attack people, and whereas other people cannot? Something like that? Yeah, suffering from success. Oh, woe is me. Alright, moving on. Ashen! Frill Scare. Goblin War Drum. And Geraldo. Is this really Geraldo? Doesn't even sounds like a silver border card. Herald of Secret Stream. Where is it? Yeah, I should just put of Secret Stream. The Herald of Secret Streams. What the hell? Okay, so this is a 4-mana 2/3 creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them. Cannot be blocked. Unblockable. Go straight through for damage. Goblin War Drums. Creatures you control have menace. But they already can't even be blocked. And then we've got Frill Scalar Mentor. We 3-mana 3/2 human warrior. When it enters the battlefield, put a menace counter on target non-human creature you control. And then you can pay 3, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with menace. That is so weird. You gave your creatures like quite a bit of evasion, and then all of a sudden you're giving them making them unblockable. Like they were already hard to block, and then it just got worse. That is such a weird upgrade. That's the most bizarre upgrade of all time. As I was here for the long one. So am I. So am I. Next one up. Hold on, we've got Kevin. Does this count? Probably. As long as it's not too good. Since it requires a specific deck build of almost all lands. Treasure hunt. Oh god. People who think they are clever because they're making a treasure hunt deck. Well, they're right if they can win. There's no greater burn in the world than being burned by a treasure hunt deck. Mana Bond. Oh god. Plus bonus any landfall. Okay, Mana Bomb. I've never seen this combo before. At the beginning of your end step, you may reveal your hand and put all land cards from it onto the battlefield. If you do, discard your hand. But what do we do with it? Are we gonna win with Valakut or something? So, whoops. So how do we win? Bonus plus any landfall. You might not even have any cards left in your deck. I think you should try to win with, like, Valakut or something. Like Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, and a bunch of red land, like a bunch of mountains. It just happened to be like a sort of a teamer deck. And you just draw your entire deck. Just plop down 100 mountains. 100 mountains and a Valakut. Shoot everyone to death. I think that should do the job, right? Let's do the math. Let's say you're in a game of Commander. How much damage do you have to deal? What am I doing here? Maths, people. Okay. Each player has 40 life. There are 3 opponents. We have to do 120 damage divided by 3. Do we have enough lands? We do have enough. We can have 40 lands. We can have 40 mountains in the deck to do the job. It can be done. All right, that is a sweet combo. You can win with Maze's End. That's probably cleaner too. Sometimes Menace isn't enough. You need to be completely unblockable. In reference to putting like +1/+1 counters on your Menace creatures. Okay, that's a wild combo. I like that one. All right, next up we got Platonic Liquid. Thanks so much, Platonic Liquid. Christopher B has a lot. Christopher B always has a lot of suggestions. All right, Christopher B, you got saved by Platonic Liquid. Dismantle plus artifact with indestructible. All right, how about that Dark Steel Mirror? That's indestructible. Dark Steel Reactor. If it has charge, +1/+1 double 'em? What the hell? Okay, so we've got Dark Steel Reactor. It's indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on Dark Steel Reactor. When Dark Steel Reactor has 20 or more charge counters on it, you win the game. All right, how are we going to get there? Okay, we have an indestructible mirror. We have dismantle. Destroy target artifact. If that artifact has counters on it, put that many +1/+1 counters or charge counters on an artifact you control. So what is the idea? If it has charge counters, double them. So basically we need to keep doubling charge counters. There's like a creature, I can't remember. It like, you can sack it to put like 2 charge counters on a permanent. That would be a good way to spark this combo. But it appears that we're like literally missing a card to make this work. Oh, you can put a charge counter on here. Destroy target artifact. If that artifact had counters on it, put that many +1/+1 counters on an artifact you control. How many times you gotta dismantle? No, if you do, totally works. Does it? That's 20 or more. How do you repeat this process? Like you have to dismantle over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I was thinking about the Mirror Core Tapper. How do we repeatedly do this? Like I got the idea, but you only get to dismantle once. You get to double it up only one time and then it's over. Christopher B, very thankful for the sponsor. This is a bad combo. It's a one-shot. It's more of a hack. So basically, okay, so I get the combo. We're gonna wait 10 turns until the Dark Steel Reactor has 10 charge counters on it. I don't even, what is the point of the other indestructible creature? It's not even necessary in here. And then we're gonna dismantle it into 20. I think it just halves the time it takes, or it quarters it with 2 dismantles, or something like that. All right, next super chat. We got Josh. Mystic Forge. So this is a bad combo with a lot of good cards. Mystic Forge, Sensei's, Divining Top, Cloud Key. Yeah, bad combos with incredibly good cards. Win con be Consuming Aberration. Whatever that is. Okay, hold on. Consuming I don't even know what this is. 5 mana, star, power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. Whenever you cast a spell, an opponent, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to know that. Cloud Key, 3 mana, enters the battlefield. Choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, or instant or sorcery. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Sensei's Divining Top. I have a feeling you're going to choose artifact, so you can repeatedly put this on top of your library and then draw a card, then put this thing back on top of your library. Do we need 2 Sensei's Divining Tops? Oh, no, we don't, because Mystic Forge says you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an artifact card or a colorless non-land. You also pay 1 life to exile the top card of your library. So we have infinite Sensei's Divining Tops. Draw a card, put this... Oh, infinite draw. It's just infinite draw in general. And your win condition is, I guess, anything you want. What a cool way to draw your entire deck. All in artifacts! Complete artifact world. Second part is the important part. It is. It's good stuff. I like it. Minecraft. Barren Glory. Carverk's Spirit? Spite? And an Oblivion Ring. Okay. Let me get this straight. You're gonna put this thing underneath... What are we doing here? Okay, okay, we're gonna put the Barren Glory at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control no permanents, you win the game. We're gonna put that underneath Oblivion Ring. Then we're gonna play the Carverk's Spite. Black, instant. Sack all your stuff, discard your hand, target player loses 5 life. So you thought you're sacking everything, but really, you're just putting the Barren Glory in play and then gloriously win the game. Actually, do I have a sound effect for a win? Actually, this is a winning sound effect. The Barren Glory win condition. There's many ways to get that win condition. Alright, next up, we've got Dizzy Blizzy. No other combos, just have a great day. Thank you so much, Dizzy Blizzy. Asaya. I would like to send a link that has my favorite bad combo in it. You can't, or you could send links, but I can't click them, unfortunately. So that's why you got to submit the combo here. I can't click links through this client. Because whenever I click your comments, it just pops up on the stream. I literally cannot follow any links anywhere. Not only that, like YouTube probably blocks most people's links anyhow. So that's the answer to that question. Platonic Liquid. Mirror Incubator plus Worldfire. Does that work? Mirror Incubator? Maybe it does. Alright, Worldfire. 9 mana. Exile everything. Exile all permanents. Exile all cards from all hands and graveyards. Each player, the life total becomes 1. And then the Incubator. Pay 6, tap. Sacrifice a Mirror Incubator. Search your library for any number of artifact cards. Remove them from the game. Then put that many 1/1 Mirror artifact creature tokens into play. Then shuffle your library. How do you make this work? Hold on, artifacts still exist? Exile all permanent. Exile cards. I'm still not ready. Too many super chats. Where are my friends at? What's going on with these people? Okay, they're not even close to ready. Good. How does this... Okay, how does this work? So we exile all permanent... I don't even know how to use the stack. If you have only artifacts, you exile all your cards. Exile all permanents. Exile all cards from all hands and graveyard. Each player's life total becomes 1. I don't know how this works. Because the thing is, like, there's no opportunity to activate this and then play the Worldfire. Unless you can play Worldfire at instant speed, like with Quicken. Because you could activate Mirror Incubator, and then in response to your activation, play Worldfire. That would work. But this is at sorcery. Yeah, you would need Videlic and Orrery. You need to be able to play the Worldfire on the stack. And then after Worldfire resolves, you lose everything. And then your Mirror Incubator resolves, and you get to put a bunch of 1/1s in play. And then very likely kill all your opponents. But that's how we would make this bad combo work. Okay, no, you activate the Incubator first. It's a combo to make you lose the best? But you're just going to lose all your tokens. Or how? Okay, search library for any number of artifact cards, remove them from the game, and put that many 1/1 mirror artifact creature tokens into play, then shuffle your library. So basically, so what you want to do is you want to remove all your stuff from the game and then die? There's a way of making this win the game, though. Like, it's a good idea, but we just need to make sure the Mirror Incubator resolves last. Okay. Look at all my mirrors, and then they're gone. Yeah, it's a nombo. Great nombos that exactly work. All right. Take a look at all my mirrors in its cube. All right, next up, we've got Josh. Joshy. Constant Mists. And Crucible Worlds. Crucible of Worlds always says you play lands from your graveyard. And Constant Mists is green 1 generic instant buyback, sack a land. Not that it's gonna matter. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. Oh, the Infinite Fogs. So you just sack a land, bring back a land. Sack a land, bring back a land. Sack a land. I don't know if this would work out so well if you have to defend from 3 players, because then it's more like sack 3 lands, bring 1 land back. Sack 3 lands, bring 1 land back. If everyone gangs up on you, they'd be like, we know you're gonna run out of lands eventually. It's gonna happen sooner or later. All right, next, Josh has another one. Mana Flare and Damping Sphere. What I like that you're pairing old cards with new cards. Damping Sphere, if a land that is tapped for 2 or more mana, well, it'll produce colorless instead. And each player that each spell a player casts costs 1 more to cast for each other spell that player casts this turn. So what the hell does that have to do with Mana Flare? Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any of that type to his or her mana pool. So they basically add colorless. So you tap a land for mana. Hold on, didn't we discuss this doesn't work? I swear someone brought this up and I was like, this thing is cool, but then it actually doesn't work. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds, so you just add 1 more mana, but it doesn't, Damping Sphere doesn't check that. No, it doesn't even kill the colored mana. Somebody said, like, we had this combo once on the show, and then the comment section is like, that's not how the rules work. And that's basically it. Yeah, the land itself, that's the problem. The land itself is not adding the mana. So the Mana Flare is adding the extra mana. So Damping Sphere doesn't check that. So actually, that's a bad combo. That's actually bad. Yeah, it looks like it works. I thought it worked. But I stood corrected. Matthew! We got Yurlock of Scorch. Yurlock. Umbra Mantle. Is that crap card that I have a million of? Oh no, it's not. Okay, I was thinking of something else. Some other Umbra. I was thinking of something Umbra. And then Mana Reflection. Drago Jessica's here. Hey, first time catching a stream. I don't know anything about Magic, but I like watching anyway. Hey, welcome. Enjoy the music, at the very least. Okay, how does any of this work? Do you have any explanation? Or Staff of Domination instead to gain infinite life, or draw a card, draw your entire library? All right. Okay, so we got Mana Reflection, 6 mana enchantment. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces twice as much of that mana instead. Then we have Umbra Mantle. It's a pay 3, untap a creature. This creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. You can equip for 0. And then we have Yurlock of Scorch Thrash. A 4 mana 4/4 vigilance. A player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. Oh god. And then pay 1 tap. Each player adds a bunch of mana. Mana burn is coming back. And we're doing it the old-fashioned way. And we can basically untap this guy over and over and over again. So we'll use our mana. We have got a mana sink for this Yurlock. If you don't have a mana sink, you're stone dead. And we basically get to add like even more mana. I don't know, is the Mana Reflection even necessary? It says whenever a permanent taps for mana. Well, what about this? We have 3. It adds 3. That's all. Oh, you have to pay 1. And okay, so we do need a little bit more. We do need a little bit more. That is sweet. What a wild combo. It's a lot of people's first live stream because I'm so late. Too many super chats. I shouldn't say there's anything so-called as too many. King Jinder, Murderous Redcap, First Day of Class, and Vasir Seer. And the first day of class. Always a weird first day. Vasir Seer. Vasir Seer. Alright, the 1 black 1 sack a creature, scry 1. First day of class, red 1 generic. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it and it gains haste until end of turn. You also get to learn. So this is just like a soft way of comboing off with Murderous Redcap, because as Persist, when it dies, when you sack it to your Vasir Seer, it's going to come into play with a -1/-1 counter on it, but not for as long as First Day of Class was cast. So it will constantly come back So it's going to get the -1/-1, but it's also going to get a +1/+1 and neutralize it out. And you get to infinitely sack your murderous Shred Cap to kill your opponent to death. That's a good sound effect. Blue Bomber! Worldfire and Chandra Awaken Inferno. Oh, the ultimate? And Chandra Awakened Inferno. This is jank, but a good wildfire combo. Is it jank? It's like +2. Each opponent gets an emblem. At the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. Oh, you better do it on the same turn. Okay, so you hold off on that emblem. And then on the next turn, when you have the mana, you go +1 and then Worldfire. And then you just pass the turn. And then just watch everyone die at their upkeep. It's actually, honestly, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good combo. It's probably one of the most playable, best combos of all of them today. All right. If you got any more sick, sweet combos, hey, there's a comment section for that. Maybe your combo will be chosen to start off the next show. And that's it for today. Remember, we're not doing anything tomorrow. Only tomorrow on the. There's no stream on the 21st. But we'll pick it back up on Monday. Usually the show is Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you so much for all the support, all the love, everyone who's a patron, member on YouTube, and also people who super chat to be part of the show during the show. And well, of course, we also have to thank everyone here every morning. Hold on, where's my bad? Thank you everyone who shows up for the show, like King Ginger, Coulter, Christopher B, Bulky, Erlin, Zanzi, Slavin. We've got a Blackbird, Corbinek, Kevin, Erland, Nyla. We got Bulky, Promesia, The Jaded, Jess, Steve Cooper, Platonic Liquid, Kevin, Super Fast Tortoise, the fastest of our oldest tortoises, Spectral Maniac, Johnny W for life. So thank you very much, everyone. We got Tommy Siddons, Matthew. Thank you. Because without all of you guys, without the coffee crew, I'd have no show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees. We'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.